Would you be in a sexless relationship? What circumstance would you find acceptable for this? I'm dating a man who got diagnosed with prostate cancer a year or so into our relationship. Prostate had to come out and it's a hit or miss whether or not sexual function comes back. In his case, it was a miss. He wanted me to move on because he got very depressed over it. He's so pleasant and a real decent human being, so I stayed with him. Who would abandon someone due to a health crisis? Unfortunately, he got bladder cancer next, so this is another hurdle to go over. You play the cards you are dealt. We are together in this. Edit, I'll be one who edits to say I'm blown away from the comments and support from my sweet little Reddit community. Each one of you have made my day so much better. I just lost my wife to breast cancer. We are in our 30s. The last couple of years our sex life was hit hard, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. Getting to be with her until the end was everything to me. I'm sorry for your loss. I lost my wife 3.5 years ago to breast cancer at 47 years old. Her original diagnosis was at 40 years old. Our sex life suffered terribly and then pretty much just stopped. She was never the same after her mastectomy. She was my world. I would go another 1,000 years without sex just to be able to talk to her for one more day. Edit, thank you to everyone for your kind words. This got a lot more attention than I thought it would. I lost her 2 weeks ago and I understand this wholeheartedly. I'm still in the middle of it. I've been waking up in the middle of the night every night and go find a video on my phone of her laughing to lull me back to sleep again. Wow, making me cry over here. Although in finding some balance, I'm in the middle of the darkest days. I am happily married to my good lady for decades and decades. There are times when it has been sexless for whatever reason, but never has it been loveless. I wouldn't have lasted 2 days in a loveless relationship. Excellent answer, and pretty much the way I feel we are. Same. We joke about how we masturbate in the shower. Love is bigger than anything. Tired, overworked, kids and all of this, but we cuddle a lot. Maybe this is why I smile. This is my partner and I. It's an unconventional setup, but he jokes about my sword and I joke about his porn choices. It works and we do have an active sex life, just sometimes a quick release is better. And we love each other to the moon and back. I'm in one now. My husband had a stroke. No sex is not the big problem for either one of us. I had rectal cancer and because of the surgery I can no longer get an erection. It's very lonely. Not sure if one exists, but a site to just make friends to be cuddle buddies, or whatever, should exist for people like you me. I lost my sex drive, would like a relationship for that occasionally. In my case, it's not wanting to see someone very often, as well as the lack of sex drive, that I think would make it difficult. I also don't like people over to my home as it's too small for a couch. We'd be hanging out on my bed, which is weird to me. A friend of mine does sex work and the majority of her jobs are as a professional cuddler and not sexual at all. She's even told me about close friends she's made through the job. Sometimes folks just need another comforting person to physically keep them company. It isn't surprising to me. If you work as a massage therapist, not a sex worker but still very intimate, for long enough you will have clients crying on the table at some point. Not because of pain but because they are so touch-starved. It is fairly common with elderly people who have been widowed for a few years. Cried at my first massage. It was the first time someone has touched me like that in 5 years. Thanks for such an honest response. I'd never considered that. I'm divorced and not dating, but I have youngish children who still sort of constantly cling to me. I don't miss human touch because of that, I guess. I'll remember your comment as time goes on, though. I now see how that could happen quite easily. I have a near sexless marriage. The love is strong, but the desire is one-sided. That hurts. I'm over 80. Therese, a lot of people that are going to be real shocked once they hit their 70s. As someone who no one in their immediate family has lived to 70, can I hope for a sweet, sweet, sexy life? Let's just say my nan and her boyfriend woke me up because they were too loud one night. Break my ducking hip. Put me in the hospital, lazaretto. Edit, oh shit, I was just looking for a funny name for the husband, turns out lazaretto is a hospital. Ducking weird. Put me in lazaretto. Lazaretto. We haven't had sex in 5 months due to numerous reasons. Never have alone time with my mom and daughter here. We're both too tired. Our bed we have sex on is where my mom is sleeping. Our waterbed is difficult to use. We always say next weekend and it never happens. We're still going strong though. We love each other and that's what matters. If it's in your budget, just tell your mom you're taking a little staycation for whatever reason you'd like and get a room somewhere while she watches the kid at home. It might even make things more fun than having the same opportunity at home. Husband won't do it. I tried, so it's his loss. Lol. Would he pay her to stay somewhere chill or with other family of hers for a night or two? Maybe you guys need to retake your space, so to speak? Who knows? Mom, here's $40. Take the tyke out for 2 hours. Also, we're washing your sheets. Yes. I would just masturbate a lot. My girlfriend is my best friend. I love her so much. I'll never leave her astray. If for some reason she couldn't, it wouldn't bother me. But we're slowing down a bit anyway. And we're couch potatoes. We'd just get a giant TV and watch movies and be happy in each other's company. She was in an abusive relationship for years. And I was in an emotionally abusive and sexless marriage for years. I found my kindred spirit. And she's amazing. And I'm happy. God, I want this. I'm so happy for both of you that you have each other. Plenty of potatoes out there in the sea, shoot your shot. I was gang raped as a student. When I first met my now husband, I was in complete denial and we were having a lot of sex. Eventually I had a complete breakdown and our sex life was practically non-existent. While I went through therapy etc., I can probably count on my fingers and toes how often we had sex in the 3 years after we married. I felt awful about it. I even went as far as to say he could have sex with other people while I dealt with my issues. As far as I know, he didn't do this, and now we're getting back on track. The sex is the best it's ever been and it's a lot more frequent. I'm sorry that happened to you and really glad the therapy helped. Good work. Thank you. I still have my bad days, but overall in a much healthier and happier place. Asexual people everywhere be like, I see this as an absolute win. I don't even care about sex anymore, I just want to love someone and be loved without any conflict cheating. I'm in one. Not happy about it, but love is still there, so that's nice. I am in one and it's complicated. I'm in one that is just less sex than I want and it is complicated. Also, you don't know when you get married how life will change you and your spouse. You can very well marry a horn dog and expect them to stay that way, but it's no guarantee they will. Ick about sex, I just want someone to hug when I'm back after a long day. In my current state, no, but eventually once the libido is gone I could understand it. Yeah, my answer is somewhat similar. Would I be in a sexless relationship from the beginning? No. Sex is important. I love sex. Would I be okay if my loving relationship one day goes sexless? Depends. If it's because of my partner's health issues? Totally yes. If we're at one point content with our loving relationship and we just don't find ourselves as horny as we used to be? Yes. If we get tired of each other and we have communication problems? Then no. She likes sex. I like sex. Both relatively sex positive. When we have sex we both have a blast and get off. But toddler. We're both all touched out and tired and sometimes frustrated with toddler happenings. So there will be large swaths of time where there has been no sex. And that's fine. There was a time when I was younger where I would have said I'm starved, but really all I needed was a perspective change. If I were able to talk to my younger self, I'd tell him it's fine, you really need to quit devoting so much time and negative mental energy to these thoughts. But toddler. Lol, so much said in just those 2 words. I'm asexual, but didn't realize until after I had been in a committed relationship for a few years. Love my partner but couldn't care less about sex. I only do it because they enjoy it and I want them to be happy. But if I could go the rest of my life and not? Yeah, I'd be cool with it.